So welcome to week 13, and what I'm going to do in this video is recap week 12 and then do an introduction to week 13. Part of the reason for recapping week 12 is that there's a lot of great storyboards that came out in the discussion, and just kind of want to point out some of the highlights that we were able to view this week. So first, as we go through the storyboards, I want you to really notice that the storyboards, the way they're following the general features of software for learning, and that's available in the PDF on Alessi and Trollope for Chapter 3, and you can find that in Week 2 on Evernote. And what these general features are: the introduction, the title page and the directions, the learner control, the method control, the presentation of information, providing help, and then finally ending the program. So this storyboard comes from the group still in beta, and it's a drill and practice software to simplify fractions. And as you can see here, it has the introduction, the title page, it has a button clearly marking the directions. It actually has already the basics on how they're going to be presenting the information, and you can see that they're going to try and start keeping up with a theme that has a blue font, and you can start seeing kind of the dynamics of how their buttons are made and the way that they're going to be placing them. So you can see those key elements that start to show up there. And then you also see the button here that's for providing help, and then another button here for exiting. So again, you want to be thinking of these key elements as you go through the storyboard process and developing your software. If you look at the second one here, it's totally different. It's done with some type of graphic program, but it looks very nice, very smooth. And this one was done by the Typing Club, and this is a drill and practice software on literary terms. And you can see here that they have their introduction, their title page. I don't see exactly a page for directions, but you could definitely see the way that the learner the learner is going to be able to control the piece of software. You know, it has the submit the answers, home, resume later, return to practice. It tells you what's going to happen if you get the wrong answer, what's going to happen if you get the correct answer, and these are all, you know, the essential pieces that you should be having in your storyboard. This next one here, I like it in how in depth they went into providing the information that they're going to be delivering in their software. This one comes from Sign of Brilliance, and this is a drill and practice on fractions. You can see, first of all, their introduction, their title page, to the learner control. So for this one, when they get a question, they're going to either click on one of these as the answer, and then it tells you it's going to be correct or it's going to be wrong. Here it offers you the instructions. It gives you the opportunity to return to the main page or to go to the next page. And then here, it kind of gives you like the overarching view of the entire program, and it's, you know, in depth. It looks really cool. I like the way they set that up, just the clarity of it. This is kind of more drilling down into what exactly is going on into the software, and then these are a couple pieces at the end. So again, it's this one's very, very thorough, but I want you to notice that all the storyboards are being created kind of different ways, but they're hitting on the key general features, or the general features of software for learning. This one back here is kind of my favorite in the sense that it hits all the needs, but I like how they're already thinking about the theme that they're going to be incorporating into their software. So this one here comes from Smart Cookies, and it's a tutorial on equivalent fractions. And being that, you know, kind of one of the easy ways to teach fractions is through thinking about pizza slices or, you know, a pie. So here you can see that they have their introduction with the menu and the start, and it gives you some background information as a video. You can see pretty quickly how you're going to navigate back or next. It has here the directions. The directions kind of look like a menu, and then here this is my favorite because it keeps with the specific theme that they're using, which is now you start seeing, you know, one half is equivalent to 2/4, and they're set up as pizzas. The pizza is why, because they're in a restaurant. You have the menu, and then it guides you through it. It's pretty self-explanatory the way it goes. Next, back. You could exit, and then at the end it gives you credits, links to a form, and then it has what you can do to exit, and it closes out with kind of the same the same restaurant theme. So again, very cool. But notice how all of them have the essential features for software learning. Now, for this week, once your storyboards were done and you were given the green light to move on into development, what's going to be happening now is you're going to be working on your alpha version. So you're going to be setting up your first version, and then you're going to conduct a break it test. The break it test should be done by one person in the group, and then at least one other person who's watching it. You can either do that on Zoom, or you can do that on Google Hangouts, or any way to kind of see how you progress through it. Then after you do that, you're going to test out your second version, which is your beta, and then you're going to have at least 2 target users. So say your target here was a second grade classroom. Now you're not going to have the entire classroom do the drill. You're going to have 2 of the target users do it, and you're going to want to take a lot of notes, because as you look towards week 14 and 15, you're going to be making changes based on your usability testing, and then from there you're going to you go on and make your final test. But something else to consider, like for me myself, I'm a visual learner, and I sometimes have to see some good examples, and these examples are found here at the bottom of the Evernote. This one is an example from a past cohort, and if you click on it, you can see their final software piece, and you could also see their usability testing. So this one here was created by a group called the French Connection. You can see pretty obvious about them, a how-to guide, list of study terms. Click here to get started. Let's see, session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4. What are you going to do? Let's see, begin the self-test zone. You're going singular. Go click here to flip, and then tu vas. Pretty cool stuff. Wow. So, and this was all done with PowerPoint. But again, keep in mind that your storyboard, that you have your storyboard, down and ready, and it's concrete, like and you're using your feedback. That will allow you to better develop your piece of software. So if you have any questions, please reach out. As always, we're available through Voxer or email. And again, definitely make sure that you're all working together as a team, and don't be shy. So thank you very much, and everybody have a great week.